Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Biome Exile SMP. It's been a while since we recorded on the server, however, throughout that time that we have not had a video up, I have been at work, very hard at work. In fact, we have been in the Nether, clearing out all the Nether fortress. It's not 100% done, but most of it at this point is completed. That is just taking down the Nether fortress. The slabbing isn't done yet and anything like that, but I have added a few more layers. And throughout that time, we have in total now got 4 wither kills, I think. We have the strength beacon and the speed beacon over there, and then we should also now have 2 nether stars in here. So that should add up to a total of 4 wither kills, which is great. But I am getting a bit sick of the nether, so I decided for today we'd come back to the overworld, ever so lovely overworld, and do a bit of work here. And today the plan is to do something we have been planning to do for a very, very, very long time, and that is down here, this whole villager trading thing here. Now you can see a bit of it is kind of worked out, and that's because I needed to work out specifically how much of a block I needed. So I thought, let's just carve it out and then work it out, because my version in my test world is actually bigger than this, because I had too many trades, if you remember, in this entire thing, so we had to remodel it a slight bit, which is why I had a whole thing at the bottom here, but that's now gonna go, because I've obviously got Agrifinity, Thorns, and Depth Strider here, so we're gonna have to rework something here, I think. But for now, I even without just the blocks missing, it looks a lot cooler because there's a bit more depth to it. But I had to work out how much of a block we needed in total. These are the blocks that we need, or how much stone I got out of this. So it should be 4 stacks and 56. And the block that we need is hardened clay. Now we have a stack of hardened clay that I bought from Milan quite a while ago. It's when he first put his shop up, wherever I can find it. There's 1 stack of hardened clay. Now we need 3 more and 56. So generally, I was planning to go over to here, go over to his shop, and just buy some. However, it's been a little while since Milan has been on, or at least not to my knowledge, and at least in that time, he has not restocked. Now, he is selling stuff like white hardened clay, like grey hardened clay, etc, etc, but what we need specifically, and I think there's a few different versions up here, brown and orange, what we need specifically is the non-colored stuff, which is just the hardened clay, but as you can see, it's out of stock, so we are going to have to basically get that for ourselves. Now, obviously, because of the way the server works, we can't particularly just go to his bio and, you know, carve out 3 stacks and 56 of it. We are going to have to work in our limitations. Our limitations being this area here and also our area at our base. And I think the good thing about our area is, well, actually the same with this area, is that a lot of it is an ocean. Now, this is actually a really big island, but beyond it is actually just a lot of water. So the same could be said for this. But we can go back to our place, come into here, go into this area down here, and we can probably find quite a lot of clay. Like there, for example, this is a massive sort of gravel pit. I'm probably going to go out a bit further before I start cutting it all out, because I don't want it to look too bad, like next to the base that I'm at. Like I'd rather it be further out where I'm less likely to see it. But yeah, I'm basically going to go around and see if I can pick up, and I have Silk Touch on here, so it should be a lot easier, and obviously we've got the Agrifinity Respiration and stuff, so it should, and Depth Strider, so everything like that should be easier. But the plan is to pick up 3 stacks and 56 of clay, which should be a lot easier considering, as I said, we've got Silk Touch. I don't know if this guy's going to go, yeah, he is. And then we're going to make that into hardened clay, and then we're going to dye it into the colored clay that we want. So I'm going to spend a lot of time, obviously, doing that, so I will see you when we have enough of this clay to get this all done, and I'm not even worth picking up that XP at the moment. So yeah, it's going to take a while, but hopefully we can find enough clay and make a nice looking build today. Right then, so here we are. We have gone all around this place and been collecting clay, and now we have exactly the amount we need. In fact, we got over the amount we need, 12 over the amount we need, but obviously that can just stay there for the moment. I've got exactly the amount of coal for each stack. So 3 stacks of 8. Well, yeah, 8 for 3, 8s for 3 stacks, and then 56 with the 7 coal. And luckily we have exactly enough furnaces to get this working well. So next thing is to wait until all those are done, and in the meantime I'm going to have to get a lot of red dye, which I think I can buy from a shop in Spawn, but I'll have to go see that. Alright then, so we've got all of these done. I bought a rose bush and obviously just used bone meal on it, got a ton of those, which, you know, means we have a lot of red dye. And I'm thinking this should be enough red dye with 40. I think we need 39 in total eventually when we do this. There we go. And, oh, right, I just realized that's the stone. I'm an absolute moron. It's because I tested with the stone earlier. I guess that makes sense, though. And doing that should require, or not require, it should give us 1 red dye back. And that, so I'm going to go quickly, I guess, throw this stone in here for the moment. And I'm going to have to go get a few other materials together, mainly stone is the big one, as well as some wood and also some bone blocks, but I have this thing, so bone is definitely an easy thing to come across. I think I have a ton in here already, so I'm going to get all the materials together, and we can start building this block by block. I'll probably do, as I said, just the hardened clay first, then the logs, then the stone, then etc, etc. Just sort of see it all built together. But let's just go quickly check before this clip finishes how much we have. Quite a lot of bone blocks, so I'm just going to take 9 stacks of bones, and yeah, I'll make those into bone blocks, and I'll get all the other stuff together. Alright then, so we need one more item as far as I'm aware, and that is going to be from this shop over here, which is Koala Bear's shop, which is selling, if I remember correctly, glowstone and sea lanterns. Now, I'm not 100% sure how many I need to buy, but I think it's at least 8. So I'm going to buy 8 to start off with. They're 5 nuggets each. We have to do that to get out. There we go. They are, yeah, 5 nuggets each, so pretty cheap. You know, but obviously we might end up using a lot of them. I prefer sea lanterns overall to glowstone in a lot of cases because of just, they're a lot cleaner looking, which is why I'm choosing them for this. We already have glowstone in that location, however, I'm going to be switching it out this time for the glowstone, or switching out the glowstone for the sea lanterns in the floor. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be doing them under the villager trading posts. Because right now, under the villagers is glowstone, but in the future, we might have to change or might end up changing them to sea lanterns. But at the moment, there are a few villagers in there, so I don't want to be moving them around too much, because moving villagers is a bit of a pain sometimes, especially if, you know, they run out of the way and sometimes they get stuck in blocks or whatever. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, we have those 8, and I think that actually should be everything, except I think I might need a crafting table. So I'm going to quickly nab this one, and I'll put it back later. Alright, so we're down here now. In this chest should be everything we have, and I bought 8, obviously, but I think I might need 9. There are 8 of these as far as I'm aware, but I think I put 1 as well here. So we'll have to see how that goes. But for now, we have the 4 stacks and 56 of hardened, red hardened clay. So these gaps here that we have gotten rid of for the moment is going to be where those are placed. I think what I'll do is in sort of 2 sets where I'll take the block away that I'm going to be replacing, like I have done here, place it in. Then I'll, for example, if I'm doing the logs next, I'll take away where the logs are supposed to be, like this. I think, if I remember correctly, dark oak goes all the way down here. I'll get rid of that, and then I'll replace that, and etc, etc. So we're just going to be doing it 1 block at a time. So yeah, we have a lot to do. Let's quickly start putting this down, and hopefully it won't take long for this thing to start looking really, really great instead of just being bland, old, smooth stone. Because, no. This is the worst thing about this place, is there is a massive hole here. So either way, I'll get all this done down here so I can cover up this hole. There's a way out there. And yeah, I'll see you once all the red stained clay is in place and looking pretty good. Alright, so that's all of the hardened clay down, let's quickly have a little turnaround and a look at how it looks at the moment. 3, 2, 1. Oh, God, a bit too far. It's looking good. It's definitely a nice change of color. It doesn't look... Well, I think for me, I don't like it at the moment because obviously still the massive amount of grey from just the smooth stone. But I think on top of that, it's because I have seen the finished product already and have had it in my mind for a few months now. Well, not a few months, just about a month. But yeah, I don't know how I feel right now. It's just I think it's just too much grey for me to make a comment too much at the moment. But let's get on to the next bit, which for now I think is the dark oak. Hopefully we have enough. I have 5 stacks. If not, I'll just buy a bit more of it if there's more in stock. I bought 2 stacks a minute ago, so hopefully I didn't buy just the 2 remaining stacks or whatever. I don't think so, but I think this line and this line are just dark oak, and obviously a few of these as well. I think alternating pillars were dark oak. I think I'll do that for the moment, just to see how I like it, but I can switch it out later if I want to at some point. But yeah, let's get on to putting down some dark oak, which is going to be on here. And as I said, on the pillars, I need to work out though how far I put it up. I think it was only up to here, but we will have to see quickly. Alright, so with the dark oak, it's definitely starting to come across as looking really, really good in my mind. Obviously, as I said before, I know where it's going to end, but that bit at the end there, I don't know if I particularly said too much about it, but there weren't those 3 there last time in my build of it, so I've had to do a bit of a weird thing. So they're doing alternating here, but because there is no middle pillar, I've had to think that the plan is it's going to go oak here, then it's just going to go normal oak, dark oak, normal oak, normal oak. So we're doubling up here, and I think that'll look okay. We can change it if it comes to it, but for now I think that's looking okay. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is there's going to be stone brick stairs going here, and I'm not sure how I'm going to have it here. I might have it go... I'm probably going to have it where this bit goes like diagonally into here, which actually, I don't know, let's go quickly try that out. We have a lot of spare stones, so we should be able to do that, and you know, we could actually try it on this side as well if it looks good, because most of the time these sorts of flat ends end up looking a bit stale in my opinion. So let's actually quickly try that, and then also think about what the next block is, what the next big block is. These bits around here require dark oak stairs and also some bone blocks, so maybe that's where we're going to go with this. So maybe if we do... God damn it. Right, so do that, and then those... Just try it like that, maybe? We'll leave it there for the moment, and when we actually get to the stone slabbing and stuff, we'll have to see how it looks, but... it's looking a bit weird to me now, but I think when we get to that point, it'll look okay. So I'll do it quickly to this end. And I guess what we could do next is go to the oak, just the oak logs, because that's these pillars and this center area done with that stuff. So let me quickly do this, get all the oak together, and we'll be on to the next bit. Right then, so oak is now done. As you can see, this is definitely coming together now, and I'm just going to do a few blocks in one for the next thing, because I'm going to be doing these parts next, and basically those are going to contain bone blocks, dark oak wood stairs, and also sea lanterns in replacement of these bits of glowstone. Now, as you can see, I now have 15 of these, even though I bought 8 of them, and that is because there are 14 bits of glowstone here, and there's also supposed to be a sea lantern here, as I think I said. So yeah, I also had to make 8 more bits of red stained clay, because these 8 blocks here were, you know, I completely forgot about them. So we had to make that. We have like 4 clay left, I think that means. But yeah, time to get these little bits done, and also there are some more bone blocks that go in each of these bits here, so I'm going to be doing those as well, and also in the back of these parts, so I really don't think I'm going to have enough, so I might have to go AFK again to get some more bones, because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks of bone blocks, and it probably will be enough, but there's a chance it won't be. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. But yeah, I'll get those in, and then we have 2 more blocks to go after that, and we should be done. Well then, that one took a lot longer than I expected, mainly because I kind of, as I said, thought I would run out, because obviously I've got to do 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and then 1 up there, along with all of these, and in the ground. But as you can see, it is nearly finished. We are going to have to get a ton more bone blocks, because the plan is to get this entire wall on both sides as bone blocks as well, with a pillar of dark oak wood every couple of blocks. I think it's every 4 blocks. Or not every 4 blocks, but with 4 blocks in between, I think it was. But I will probably hold off for that, possibly for the moment, because I am literally at the end of my bone blocks. Like, I have 35 left, and then I have literally no bones left. So I might just have to AFK up at the spawner there if it comes to that. But for now, we have just got to do the stairs and the slabs for the last thing. Hopefully I have enough slabs as well that I'm going to put them all down here. And even if I don't, I have a ton of stone here, so we can easily do that. But yeah, I'm going to do 3 layers of stairs. So 1 here, and then 1 here. Slabs in the center. And I'll try and incorporate this bit on both sides as well, hopefully. And then I've got to work out what this block was. I think this was dark oak, that was dark oak, and this was dark oak, and then the rest was bone blocks, which might be possible if we just sort of hold off on this for a lot longer, because obviously 35, we could fill that out and probably... Actually, no, the other side's fine, so we could fill this out quite easily with 35 and then do everything. But yeah, I'll see you once we are at the end of putting all the stone brick stairs, which is... probably going to be easier than all this, because we just did 3 blocks, I think, in like all together. Or yeah, we did the stairs, these bone blocks, and the sea lanterns all together. And obviously we had to go craft some stuff, whereas we should definitely have a lot more enough here. And even if we don't, we have a ton of stone spare. So right, I'll see you in a second when the ceiling is done for this area. Okay then, so I've done a lot more work, and I think it's actually finished at this point. I've finally moved the chest back up here, and as you can see already, we have got this entire thing internally done. I'm liking the look of it overall. A bit weird with the shadows from like the stairs being here. I'm not sure I'm too big a fan of it, but it's not too noticeable. I think I'm just noticing it because I'm a bit picky about it, and I've been staring at it for a long time. But here we are, this entire thing looking lovely, and yeah, very lovely, pretty much. I'm really liking it. Only things that I'm potentially a bit worried about or upset about not being able to fix at the moment is, well, first the shadows here again are a bit awkward, but also like this guy, it's a bit of a pain having to move him and replace this with a sea lantern, though I might in the future end up just doing them, you know, one at a time, do all the ones that are empty now, and then when I switch out like villagers potentially in the future, I'll do that, or I'll just do it at some other point throughout time. But for now, I'm not really going to be staring at the glowstone. I'm going to preferably be like at the villager, looking at the villager. So I think we're all right for there, but it's finally been done, finally set up, and as I said, I think there isn't anything that I've missed. Except maybe this top layer, I was a bit unsure how to do it. I still did the 4 blocks in between. I put a pillar, quote-unquote pillar here. So yeah, that's all looking quite nice, but I'm not sure how I want to maybe do the top. I think it's alright for now, just having this, but I might change it in the future, depending on how things go. But either way, that's going to be it for this episode. A bit of a shorter one, I think, but getting back into the flow of things, hopefully, and trying to just get myself out the Nether for a little while is all I needed to do, I think. And now we have a nice little villager hall that we can actually look at and not, you know, get upset at, you know, having to look at. And maybe I'll finally start pushing more villagers down here when I can, which means I'm probably going to have to rip up this again. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.